Is it difficult to take this competition seriously when you've got to play 8 games just to get into the group stage? Should UEFA revamp it?
Of course, if you look at the teams, you know, there's probably a few teams like now with the Faroe Islands, but they are playing to play international football as well. So they gave even these teams, they give them the chance to play in Europe. So to be fair, you have to play them. But on the other hand, you know, if you have to start in June, it's rather early. I can remember last year that we had to start very early, and it was in July 27th or something. So that was early. Now we start the 30th of June. So, but if you are in Europe, you know, I can imagine that there will be a few other teams who would like to be in Europe. In Holland, you play for Europe. And I think in England it will be the same.
Now the fans 2 years ago couldn't believe what they saw from Fulham. I think the fact that you've sold 12,000 tickets for tomorrow's match just shows how up for it the fans are. What do you sense from the players though? Is this too early for them to be playing what is more than a friendly?
No, of course, we started last week and there's a few players coming in a couple of days ago and they still be involved, but you have to play games in preparation time. You have to play games anyway, so you could approach them as friendly games, but on the other hand, if they give their best, because we don't have to play on Sunday, for example, so you still can try to do everything, and you've got 3 substitutions. Of course, it's not the same. Normally you probably change the whole team in the second half, so it's a bit different, but yeah, what can you say? We have to play these games, and that is what we will do.
Do you feel like it is a competition that excites the players though, because of those memories of 2 years ago?
So that is a big difference. Nobody's complaining. There are a lot of players getting a profile in Europe, and they know that. So I think it's for a club like Fulham, it's always good to play in Europe.
Now at Tottenham, you laid the foundations which have pushed them on to a club now that's competing to get into the top 4 most seasons. At Fulham, do you feel you could effect that sort of change again, take them to another level?
I feel that if you look at the last couple of seasons with Roy Hodgson, he could get the maximum out of the players, and Mark, to be honest, did as well. So if I could do that, I would be very satisfied.
What are you enjoying aside from football about being back in London?
I can repeat myself all over again. I had a great time in Hamburg, that was in Germany. I had good times with Spurs in London. I come back now. We still live here, so now we are in a hotel because we lived at the other side of London in the northeast. It is a bit far, you know, to drive every day with all the traffic. But London is London, so my missus is very happy. My little one, who has to change school all the time, is happy, so I can't complain.
Just lastly, is Fulham getting to the final of the Europa League again something that we could consider a realistic possibility for this group of players?
You need a bit of luck, but I have to say I can remember Fulham playing against Shakhtar Donetsk and they beat them, and I can't remember Shakhtar Donetsk losing a game at home. So they certainly played a sort of way to be successful in Europe, so why not?